Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Robbins. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the OMA Board President for 2021. It's my third year on the OMA Board, first year as president, and I'm excited to see what we'll be able to accomplish this year. The board wanted to do this little video compilation to introduce ourselves to OMA's members so that you know who we are and what we are up to in 2021. We thought we'd share a little something about ourselves, including why we joined the OMA board. And I joined OMA right after I finished my mediation training because I wanted to get to know other members and start building my mediation practice. And generally, I think becoming immersed in something is the best way to learn it and kind of manifest it. So that is why I joined the board. And another thing we thought we'd share with you maybe is something that we have learned or started during the pandemic. And it's not really a new thing to me, but I have done a lot of jigsaw puzzles. So I have really honed my craft of how to set up and strategize finishing a puzzle. And I will say the most difficult one I did was a moon puzzle, and it was all grayscale, and it was so hard. So before I pass it on, I want to say that the OMA board this year is very interested in hearing from our members and learning what sort of programming people would like to see, services and support that OMA can provide for you. So keep an eye out for a survey that will be coming out soon to get a better idea of what our membership would like from the OMA board this year. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Taryn to introduce himself.
Thanks, Megan. I did not know you were a jigsaw puzzler. I love jigsaw puzzles, so post-pandemic, can't wait to do a puzzle with you. My name is Taryn Nodler, and I use he, him pronouns. I am the secretary for the OMA board. I joined OMA because in the first half of my career, I was focused on mediation facilitation. And in the last 5 years, my job has not involved those elements. So I saw it as an opportunity to sort of reconnect and get re-involved with a community that I really love. And for me, during the pandemic, I've gotten pretty into watching birds because when you have nowhere to go and nothing to do, staring outside your window, it's pretty satisfying. And I'm going to pass it to Jack.
Hi, my name's Jack Hollis. I use he, him pronouns. This is my first year on the board, and I've been assigned as liaison to Standards and Practices Committee. So what inspired me to join OMA? So I first heard of OMA through East County Resolutions, which is a CDRC in Gresham, which is where I kind of got into mediation, and I was volunteering with them. And I joined OMA for my first yearly conference, as most of us, I think, have joined OMA. And I've been hooked ever since. So for me, having all of the mediators together, sharing ideas and perspective kind of gave me a tremendous and unique learning opportunity that I really just couldn't get anywhere else. Every conference I come home with notebooks full of ideas and of different ways I want to approach problems in my next mediation. So that's really what got me hooked on OMA. Joining the board. So I joined the board in hopes of helping complete mediator certification. I knew that's something that's been going on for a long time with OMA. For me, it's personally a big issue. I used to be a massage therapist, and we went through the certification process while I was in that profession. So I got to see just the huge benefit the certification brings to a profession. So I joined the board to kind of help as much as I could to push that through. Fun quarantine hobbies. So I just started fishing. This I haven't done since I was 6 or something. The fishing we all did. But so I just started picking it up, and I went fishing for my first time. Was out on the pond for a couple hours, and the only thing I was able to catch was a tree that was a little too close. But I had a good time staring out on the pond and just hanging out with my dog. So that was a lot of fun for me. All right, Sarah.
Thanks, Jack. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Osborne. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the conference co-chair on the board. This is my third year on the board. I was inspired to join OMA to broaden its audience and membership. And part of that is because I'm passionate about bringing in different conflict resolution practitioners from various professions to see how we can best learn from each other. I'm also invested in developing diversity within our membership, and that's one of the things that I'll be working on this year. And I'd invite our members, if you have any ideas for our conference this year or anything that you'd want to see in particular, please feel free to reach out and contact me or any of our board members on our website. As far as the pandemic goes, during the pandemic, besides becoming an expert in Zoom, I have attempted to bake all sorts of creations. And I've graduated from banana bread to like multi-layer cakes and other things. The best part is eating them. Some are successful, some are not so much.
Hello, my name is Sofnat Pelek-Baker and I'm honored to serve you on the OMA Board. I'm a scholar practitioner of dialogue, conflict, and mediation for many years, have lived in the US and Israel interchangeably over the past 2 decades, and have worked across continents. We may have different approaches to mediation, and I believe it is a good thing because it promotes diversity and progress in the field. My goal is to help people engage in conflict more constructively, daily, not only in trying to settle disputes or reaching agreements. I do help people find a common ground. At the same time, I believe we must learn to embrace our differences and learn from them. This year's crisis reinforced that challenges like the pandemic, immigration, uprising, and global warming are not technical. They are complex and cannot be effectively addressed by a single person. Effective solutions rely on the extent to which we embrace diversity and able to collaborate across our differences. It is a collective effort, not an individual one. To be motivated to develop collaborative skills, we must recognize the added value each of us brings. If we value each other's perspectives and learn to coordinate them better, we could co-create innovative ideas and optimal solutions. Mediation is one tool, an essential one, to foster this mission. I think we could use mediation daily, not only in the court, but with friends, colleagues, community members, and neighbors. Whenever it becomes too challenging to have a direct conversation, we could ask a third party to help us communicate. If we normalize conflicts, we could turn them into opportunities. Everyone could learn to be a mediator and help others explore their disagreements together. As mediators, we could help shift adversarial habits into collaborative actions. It does not mean we have to agree. Instead of taking sides and perpetuating divisiveness and fragmentation, we could help people stay together, despite of their disagreements. Instead of being bystanders, we could become upstanders. More people could use mediation, which could make our communities more inclusive. And that is my mission on the board.
Hello, my name is Marita De Leon, and I use she, her pronouns, and I am a member of the board of directors. And I was inspired to join OMA, specifically the board, to be part of, the decision-making processes, especially because I'm really passionate about equity and race and social justice, and finding ways to incorporate that in the field of mediation, and making sure that we're pushing mediation and conflict exploration through a lens of equity, and bringing it to all the folks that need it in all of our communities. A new hobby, or a rediscovered hobby, that I have during this lovely pandemic is getting back out on the tennis court. So I played tennis growing up, and through college. And it was one of the safe COVID activities I could do with friends when you're far away from each other. So I've been loving getting back out there on the tennis courts and moving my body, which is not something that always happens during the pandemic. So that's what I've been doing. How about you, Kara?
Hi, my name is Kira. I am also new to the board. I use she, her pronouns, and I am serving as the new board treasurer. And I joined because I really believe in alternative dispute resolution practices. And so I want to support the mediation community in Oregon. And I have been doing yoga at home, which is new to me. I've never done it outside of the classroom. And so it's been nice to kind of take initiative in a new way. But I'm excited to be here and I look forward to meeting everyone.
Hello, OMA. My name is Sunny Sassaman, and I am the current board vice president. I joined the board filling a position that was vacated early, and I came on board last September. And I've really enjoyed getting to know OMA and the fellow board members as we support strategic goals and supporting the efforts of mediation in the state of Oregon. And that's part of what inspired me to join OMA in the first place. OMA is a tight-knit group of practitioners and supporters of mediation. And there's a lot of support, there's a lot of opportunity, and it's a very important role that we all get to play. And having OMA as a central body to help support those efforts is what really inspired me to join OMA. A new hobby that I started during the pandemic, not so sure it's a hobby, but I did adopt a dog about 6 months ago. And I'm really enjoying taking walks at least twice daily and exploring my neighborhood with the dog. So I think it's been a healthy hobby as well as one that's gotten me out to get to know my neighbors and my neighborhood. So I look forward to getting to know you on the board, and please feel free to reach out and contact me. Thanks.